Mark 7 Transit, front wheel base, 13 plate. What do you call it? T280. Changing the oil filter and the fuel filter. First of all, get all your stuff ready so you're not fannying around. That's for the old oil and the old filters. Have a bit of clean diesel ready to fill your fuel filter up. Get your tools ready. That's the tool you need to get your fuel filter off. I'll put a link, show you where to get that one was, cheapest one off eBay. What else you need? A tray to catch your oil. I got that one, and I got that one with the top cut off. Then what I do is run the engine up, leave it for 15 minutes, get toasty warm, then come out and right, there's the front of your engine. There's your oil filter and your, oh, where is it? I'm in a job to see it, but it's about a sump nut. Is that a sump nut? I think that's the sump nut. It's back there. Anyway, you want a 13mm on the sump nut. Crack that one off, let the oil drain out. Then take that one off. That's 27mm on there. That's why the £2. Then where they're draining, come up here, and I just find this easier. Take that off. That's 10mm. 10mm. Where are we? You just move that out of the way. Allows you better access to this. Then you want 8mm. 8mm on there. 8mm on there. There's another one. Where is it? Back there, that's 8mm as well. That's a Nylock one. Take them off before you loosen it. That's a sensor for your tells you. Oh, I gotta stop saying for fuck's sake. That's a sensor that picks up moisture in your fuel. Now, let me see if I can get in on it. To get that off, back here is like there. Mine's snapped off, but you've got to. Where are we? You've got to push it that way. Like I said, mine snapped off, so I had to put a little electrical screwdriver just down in there and push it that way, and then it came away quite easily. But that's how you get that one off. Right. Then when it's off, you'll see. Well, you can see on here. I mean, you could get it off without this, but it's just easier. You've got a lock and an arrow pointing down, and an unlocked and an arrow pointing down. And on this bit underneath, down here, there's an arrow, and you basically that arrow's facing to a lock position, and you twist the whole thing into the unlocked position, and then it drops down, and you've got a diesel pissing out everywhere. But that is what it is. You could put some cloths in there, or just let it go over the ground, because, well, that's me. But that is the tool you want for there. For that, those cutouts slide up over. You've got splines here. When you put it on, the first time you use it, you'll think it's hitting on something, or it won't go up. There's a water drainer thing there. You've got to twist to drain the water out, and it hits on that. So you drop it down low, push it in, and then up, and then it will go on. Then when you're trying to pull it round, because you've got to use. I used my small extension bar and the breaker bar. You're thinking, oh, this is going to break. This is going to break because it's flexing. But just be firm with it, and it'll go. And you'll know when it's time for it to fall out. It'll just moves a couple inches to the left, and then it drops down. Like I say, the fuel that's above it flows over. It's not a problem. Take it out, have your bucket ready, funnel, whatever, chuck that into that, and then everything else then is pretty straightforward. Give it a good clean out. What else? Oh yeah, you've got a O-ring, new O-ring that comes with the filter. Replace that. Run a bit of fresh diesel around the top. Run a bit of fresh diesel around the top of the O-rings on your new filter. Yeah, pop it all back together. Basically reverse of that. By the time you've done that, oh yeah, when you fill it up with diesel, the fuel filter, fill it up about an inch from the top, and lower the filter in slowly. I'm just trying to find. Here's the old filter. Ugh. Where are we? Now, when you take this off, only one of them has it. It's like a little tiny hook there by my thumb. Don't know if you can see that. It's coming out, but there's a little tiny hooked bit which clicks down, which stops this from turning. When you take this old one out, you want to twist it that way, and it stops it turning. So you just lift that up, so that little hook's out of the way, and then it'll move and it'll turn. When you put it back, there's only one that's got the hook, and there's an arrow on the top of the filter. You want that in line with the arrow that's on the side of the case. Keep it level. Put it an inch from the top. Just flow out everywhere. Push that down. It's a bit awkward because like one or the other ones, this bit might not have seated in correctly, and then click it around. Now that one I put in, the new one, I used those just to pull that round a bit more. I put the grips on there, and then on this side from there to there on the fuel holder thing, whatever you call it, and just squeezed it, so it just pulled it in tightly, just enough so that hook went and seated itself. Then I was happy it was seated nicely. Taking it out, just put it back in, obviously slide it up when it's in the unlocked positions, and then have your tool and your little extension bar and whatever you're using, little breaker bar, ratchet ready there, because when it's up and you're turning it with your hand, it could fall out, so you just want everything ready. Slide it back up, ratchet in, bush, pull it around. You know when it's tight because it will stop and it feels right. And then put the plate back on, screw it back on. Don't forget to plug that back under, and then you're good to go. Start doing the oil change. What I do then is before do the air filter, do the oil filter. That's simple enough. Again, just oil up a bit of diesel around any O-rings that's on it. Then once your new oil filter's in, get one of these. Don't bother with like funnels and all the rest of it. You know exactly how much you can put in. I forget what this is now. I think it's about 6.6 litres or something like that. But it's never exactly that. But anyway, get one of these, because then you've got 2 litre mark. You know exactly how much you're putting in. You're not guessing, and you're not going to have it pouring out everywhere. Get one of them. While your sump plug's still off, just pour a little bit in, and it just flushes out that last bit of crap. That's what I like to do anyway. And then when that's out, sump plug back in, 30mm bosh, do it up. Then fill it up, 6 points, I don't know, 2 litres, what I put in. Started it up, and it sounded like it was making a funny noise blowing, so I give it a bit of a rev, and I thought, well, that don't sound right. And then I come out and then look a twat. I'd left the oil cap off, so this is why it's all looking all nice and shiny and black, because it was covered in oil. So don't do that like I did. Oil, don't buy it from Halfords, because you'll end up spending a fortune. I get this off of eBay, I think, for 20 litres, fully synthetic. It's not a branded name, but it's got all these codes, like the European codes for standards and all the rest of it. I think I paid 60 quid for 20 litres. I mean, that's what's that? That'll do you three changes. So yeah. Also the oil filters by Ford is the Microns is really good. If you buy it, you can get them for like a few quid off of eBay, but they're just crap. They come from India or China, and they're just little